Let's talk about 9 new rules in FIFA 2026 World Cup that will affect football analysis and predictions. My name is David and this is Stats Fast Football. Welcome and let's begin. Now, there are a couple of rules, more than 9, but for this video let's focus on what I feel is going to really affect football analysis and predictions. Number 1 is that throw-ins must be taken quickly, and one of the markets that will be affected is the throw-ins market, and some of the sites that do have things like throw-ins market is something like 1xbet right here, and it does have the throw-ins market right here. So you can choose whatever odd that satisfies you to kind of see if your predictions work out. But that is one of the markets that is going to be affected because there's a 5-second countdown. Now, please take a note of that. We may end up having a lot of throw-ins because players might take a throwing rapidly, or a throwing might also be taken off that particular team because it was not taken. So please take a note of that. Now, goal kicks cannot be delayed. If obviously the goal kicks are delayed, there's more or less time wastage and all that. This FIFA 2026 is trying to work towards reducing time wastage. And what I think this may result in is the goalkeeper kicking the ball probably towards a throwing. So this World Cup might have a ton of throwings. That is my prediction. Now, rule number 3. Players must leave the field quickly during substitutions. Now, this one is an important one because you must leave, that is the player that is substituted, you must leave within 10 seconds of being substituted using the nearest sideline. Failure to do this, the substitute that is coming in may have to wait for the next stoppage to enter. Now, what does this do? It actually kind of affects your team. So let's assume the player did not leave within the 10 seconds. Then the substitute is told to wait for the next stoppage. What if a team plays tiki-taka type of football and the player does not get to come in? Now, number 4, we've got injured players must stay off for 1 minute. Now, this essentially means you're going to be less one man. That is, let's say for the initial game like Mexico versus South Africa, if there's an injured player, they must stay off for 1 minute and more or less after the game restarts before returning to the field. Now, there are a couple of exceptions, especially where we have goalkeepers with an injury or serious injuries, head injuries, and in some special cases. Rule number 5 that is going to affect analysis and predictions in this FIFA World Cup is that VAR can now review more decisions and to correct mistakes. Obviously, referees sometimes do make mistakes, and these include the following: a wrongly issued second yellow card that leads to a red card. This may be reviewed. Probably the challenge or the tackle was not that much, and the referee might need to review that. Number 2, cases where the wrong player is punished. Now, we all know that sometimes the referee may not clearly see who committed that particular foul and issue a yellow card to the wrong player. Now, clearly incorrect corner kick decisions. Now, sometimes you see a referee give a corner kick, but clearly nobody touched the ball, but they gave a corner kick. And corner kicks do change games because a corner might be taken and then somebody from the defending team fouls the attacking team, which happens and results in a penalty kick or even a goal, which will need to be reviewed. Now, there are also fouls that happen before set pieces restart. So it's good to know that. Number 6, if you cover your mouth during confrontation, it can lead to a red card, which is a situation I do believe that happened between Benfica and Real Madrid in the season of 2025-2026 Champions League games. Now, walking off the field to protest can result in a red card. We saw this between Senegal and Morocco. The Senegalese team walked off the pitch for a good number of minutes, and that might result in a red card. And we know how that went. And also, rule number 8, hydration breaks. How do they affect the game? Now, players are going to receive a 3-minute cooling break in each half. The games are taking place in Mexico, Canada, and the USA. Spring is ending, we are going into summer. The temperatures do get quite high, and obviously they do need some hydration breaks. And when this happens, this breaks flow of the game. So a team that was attacking may come back with a different mentality. Maybe the coach whispered something and all that. And then obviously the hydration breaks will take about will be at about the 22nd minute of the game. That is each half is 45 minutes without adding added time. So obviously at the 22nd minute, depending on the temperature, in hot conditions, we may get hydration breaks, which, as I've mentioned, they may affect the flow of the game, which is a new rule. Now, there is also a goalkeeper time limit. This is different from the goal kick one, and a goalie can hold the ball for a maximum of 8 seconds. The referee will begin doing a countdown for the final 5 seconds, and if the goalie exceeds the limit, the opposing team will receive a corner kick. This is really more or less geared towards avoiding time wastage. So if a goalie kind of saves the ball and is holding the ball, they can either put it down, kick it to another player and all that. But one thing is, if they surpass the 8-second limit, then this is actually going to either give the other team a corner, or before the 8-second limit lapses, the goalkeeper may be forced to make a decision like kick the ball outside or towards their player who is in a situation where they cannot actually do anything well with the ball. So what are more or less my predictions on this? We may end up having a ton of throw-ins in this, overturned corners, but more in this particular FIFA 2026. I foresee this being more or less a throwing field type of World Cup because of some of those rules, especially the throw-ins having to be taken quickly, a 5-second countdown timer, and then goal kicks cannot be delayed, and then this goalkeeper time limit right there. And also to mention just a final one, players will kind of not be allowed to go speak over to the management. Let's assume like there's a goalkeeper injury. You should not kind of go to your coaches for extra advice on what is going on. So please take a note of that. And those are more or less what I feel about 9 new rules in FIFA 2026 World Cup that will affect football analysis and predictions. Stay tuned as we cover these right here on Stats Fast Football. My name is David.